y'all know that TMZ put a story out saying that Chrisean and Bino trashed a Vegas room and they're being fined. But child, that's not where this story ends, because they're saying that it was a whole hurricane that was left behind. And in its aftermath, there was Don Julio bottles that was left behind, clothing, and some nitrous that's used for Whippels. They even had an alleged screenshot from the hotel's computer saying that CPS and the police was called. But we already know that that really did happen, because Bino went live and showed us that the police and them was at the door. And child, you know there's people out there that couldn't wait to jump on this story and jump on an opportunity to drag Chrisean's name. But what they weren't paying attention to was the dates that the MGM is saying that this room was registered. Nor were they paying attention to who the room was registered to. Because if they would have took a moment to just do a little bit of journalism, a little bit of investigation, they would have seen that the room was registered to Tadashi, and that he not only had one room registered to him, but he had 2 rooms registered under his name. And we all know the only connection to Chrisean and Tadashi in Vegas was the time that she was out there with him, which doesn't align with the timeline that TMZ is running with, nor the timeline that a lot of these other pages are running with either. So you know what I'm about to do. It's time to pull out some receipts. And if you follow me on IG, then you know I've already begun pulling out my receipts, baby, because I made a post about 4 hours ago. So let's time travel backwards into the timeline and show you when Chrisean was there and when she wasn't. Starting with the infamous toe video that happened on September 17th, which is 2 days prior to the 19th, followed by Tadashi and Chrisean spat in the studio on the 18th, where it was announced that these two were not together. And Chrisean was appearing to be upset that he posted that video.
Yo, Tadashi, why the fuck you post that shit?
What you can't let go?
Tell him.
What you can't let go?
Alright. We being 100. Are we being 100? Let's be 100.
It's staged like a motherfucker.
Aside from this video of Chrisean confronting Tadashi about the toe incident, Chrisean was also in the studio. And remember, this was the wee hours of the 18th. Later that day, Tadashi posted to his IG story a video of him apologizing to Chrisean and kissing on her, saying that this is forever. And Chrisean's response was that he was still on timeout, so she wasn't giving up or getting over that toe thing anytime soon. And where they were headed to was dinner, where some of Tadashi's peoples, Chrisean, Chrisean Jesus, and Luella were all enjoying a dinner together before Chrisean and the children took off to head out to Baltimore, which is backed up by a video of Chrisean on the airplane with baby Luella and baby Chrisean Jesus. And if you remember, Chrisean did have a performance that she was supposed to do on the 19th, but it was postponed. However, her performance with her sister Tesiki out in Baltimore was on the 20th. There is no way humanly possible that Chrisean could be at the MGM in Las Vegas with Tadashi tearing up a room and doing Whippels when she was performing with her sister in front of a packed house at Treehouse in her hometown of Baltimore. But you know who was left behind in Vegas? That would be Tadashi and his homeboys. They were still at the MGM in the hotel room. And I don't even know if Chrisean ever made it to that hotel room with them or not, because they checked in on the 19th and she checked out of Vegas then. But if you remember anything that happened on the 21st, Tadashi first came on talking about, don't ask me anything about my wife, talk to me about my music, or don't talk to me at all. Then he popped out and said that he was single and that he and Chrisean had broken up, and he accused people of cyberbullying him. And at one point even said that he didn't know why the two of them broke up, but sometimes things are just too broken to fix.
Y'all cyberbullying me. I'm bullying.
He said nigga trying to cyberbully. They trying to cyberbully the homie, bro.
Niggas cyberbullying. Leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, I'm single. Some shit that's so broken, it can't fix. It don't matter how much super glue or how many screws or how much you do. You can't fix it. It's gonna break you. I can't be broken. I don't know why, but y'all go stream that album.
And he even said he was taking down all the posts of him and Chrisean, which he did.
I'm about to take all that shit down in the video.
Now, when Chrisean made her responses to all of the shenanigans that Bino was doing online, she just said, y'all know who I F with, remember? And then people are saying that this is an old post of her saying that she was going to do a mukbang with Roy. But that was all that got posted. She never addressed anything, and she was actually back in LA when all of this was going down. And child, with all of the shenanigans that Bino was into after Chrisean's performance in Baltimore and him announcing that he was single, we would have known if Chrisean was out there in Vegas with him. But she was not, because Bino was out there shooting a music video. And who did he shoot a music video with? He was shooting with Bravo the Bag Chaser. Now, if you don't know who Bravo the Bag Chaser is, that's the artist of Bravo, which is Chrisean's road manager, who used to be Blueface's road manager, who used to also be Jaden's road manager. But Bravo doesn't road manage for Blueface because Blueface slept with his baby mama, Sadie. So now back to the story. Because Bino shot a music video with Bravo the Bag Chaser, not just one, but two of them, and I didn't get a clip of the second one. But after the video shoot and all was said and done, Bino posted a video of him partying like a rock star in the MGM hotel room, which would explain why there were so many bottles of Don Julio laying around, food everywhere, and maybe even why some of them clothes was everywhere. And we know that Bino was doing all of this because he was trying to get Chrisean's attention. See, I believe that Bino was pulling these shenanigans to try to get Chrisean to crash out, even though he was having a mini crash out his damn self, or to get us to post about it so that it could go viral and get her attention, and it would definitely be seen, and he'd get his response. But it didn't work. And so the next day on the 22nd, Bino and crew were still inside of the MGM room. This time they went from a party room to a studio where he made his song, She's with the Bloods Tonight.
She with the Bloods Tonight.
But the most damning and telling evidence of who was doing the Whippels is right here in this video, where Bino's homeboy, who's in the back by the window with the balloon, he begins huffing on a balloon right there on camera and has to be told to step out of the camera shot. And Bino, well, he leans into the scene and tries to explain what's going on.
Don't mind my brother. He gets hot, like really high.
Nah, we don't nothing.
No, that one over there pricked us. Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Bro, I get high as fuck.
And child, he has to be high as F to get on here and admit that he's high as F. But I want y'all to listen to these next series of clips because you gonna hear him in the background, inhaling deep.
You that Jay-Z? That's probably one of the people whoever got a
So you're cute.
Me?
at the top.
Thanks,
Yeah,
babe.
whoever got like a what's his name? A residency, whole floor type shit. They might own a whole floor in that bitch.
Want a bite?
Sorry, what's this? Cool. Bravo.
What's up, Bino? Hey, man.
Fuck you on.
How to go down there, recharge and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Get off my live. You don't like what I say. Fuck. I'm a grown ass blood.
And trust me, there were way more clips of you hearing his homeboy taking those deep inhales. You hear the balloon. You hear what sounds like a whipped cream canister. But it's not Tadashi that's doing it. Now, I'm not saying he don't do it. All I'm saying is I didn't see it on the video. I only seen the homeboy huffing. And Tadashi himself even lets you know who does what in this clip right here.
I don't do balloons. That's for the homies. She with the bloods tonight. I smoke weed, drink liquor.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that his homeboy's whipping or huffing, or whatever you want to call it, is probably one of the reasons why Chrisean just upped and left him. But then again, it's sad because Chrisean is catching a bad rap for all of this. And the least that Bino or someone from his crew could do, instead of trying to get an endorsement from Don Julio, is to speak out and say that Chrisean was not present during the time that all of this was going on and clear her name. But then again, what do you expect? And I'm going to also say that their homeboy, he needs help. Because the more I dug and found more clips of hearing him huffing and whipping, the more I realized Bino was right when he said it's real bad. But for them not speaking out on any of this, I'm going to use Bino's words on him.
Y'all is fucked up, bro.
But thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hype up the video. And I'll see y'all next time.